Hello coders, I welcome you all. In this video, we are going to discuss print function. Print is a function in Python. Python print function prints the message to the screen or any other standard output device. In this video, we are going to discuss many ways to use print function. Just for your understanding, you may use one or two out of it. Main motive behind this video is to show you how we can use print function in different ways so we can able to format our output as per our requirement. So let's get started. So now first, print function without any argument. So let me write print, and here you can pass any message that you want either in single quotes or double quotes. Please remember, if we start string with single quote, then we have to end it with single quote. If we start string with double quote, then we have to end string with double quote. Otherwise, Python will generate syntax error. Let me show you this. As you can see here I have started string with single quote, but I have ended it with double quote. So Python will generate syntax error that you can see over here. So if I start with single quote, then we have to end this string with single quote. Let me execute this cell as you can see over here. So now print function without any argument. So here let me write print function without any argument, and let me write another string Priyank. Let me execute this cell. So as you can see here, print function without any argument insert new line character that you can see over here. So in print function, this hello, this Priyank called as arguments. So in print function, we can pass more than one arguments. Let me show you this. So here we can write print, let me write hello, separated it with commas. So let me write another string Priyank, third string how are you. Let me execute this cell as you can see over here. So in print function, we can pass more than one arguments. For teaching learning purpose, I will be using this string, but you can pass different values. Let me show you this. So print, let me pass integer, let me pass floating point number, let me pass string, let me pass boolean value true. Let me execute this cell. As you can see here, print function can take more than one arguments of different type that you can see over here. So in print function, we can also pass escape sequences. Let me show you this. So let me write print Priyank /n and but. Let me execute this cell. As you can see here, Priyank, then new line character, then but. So but is printed in the new line that you can see over here. Let me use another escape sequence tab. So Priyank /t and but. Let me execute this cell. As you can see here, tab space in between. So this way we can use escape sequences with print function that you can see over here. So now suppose if I want to print this string, I am searching Priyank's profile using print function. So I want to print this string using print function. So let me use print function. Let me copy this string and let me put inside print function. So here at the beginning and at the end, we can use single quote or double quote. Let me use single quote and let me execute this cell. As you can see over here, syntax error. As I said, if you start this message with single quote, then you have to end it with single quote. If you start with double quote, you have to end with double quote. This is true, right? In this string. But our string also contains this single quote. So here, Python understand this string start over here and end over here. And for this particular string, this string ends over here, but it is not started, means starting code is missing, right? So that's why Python generate this syntax error. There are many ways to solve this. Let me show you this. So here we have used single quote, so we have to escape any single quote appear in the string like this using this backslash like this. Let me execute this cell as you can see over here. Another way to solve this problem, if your string contains single quotes as a part of message, then you can start and end your message inside print function using double quotes that you can see over here. So this way you can escape any single quote or we can use double quote. So now suppose if I want to print this message using print function, Python is the best programming language. So for that, let me write print, let me copy this statement, let me paste it over here. Again, here we can use double quotes or single quote, right? So let me use first double quote at the start and at the end. Let me execute this cell. As you can see over here, syntax error. So here we have used double quote. So we have to escape any double quote appear in the string like this. Let me execute this cell. Because our string contains double quotes, we can print this message using single quote like this. Let me remove this and let me remove this as well. And here we can start this and end this with single quote. Let me execute this cell that you can see over here. So this way we can use print function if message contains single quote and double quote as a part of the string. that you can see over here. Now I want to print this message, Priyank's Python class, and I want to print this Python in double quotes. As you can see here, now our string contains single quote as well as double quote. So as you know, now our string contains single quote and double quotes. So we have to escape single quote and double quote as well. So this is our first solution. So let me copy this and let me paste it over here. So we have to escape the single quotes and also this double quotes that you can see over here. Now let me show you another solution, because now our string contains single quote and double quotes as a part of the message. So we can use triple quotes like this and we can easily print this message. Let me remove this backslash. Let me execute this cell. As you can see over here, this space because of this. Let me execute this cell. As you can see over here. So this way in Python we can use triple quotes as well if our string contains single quote or double quotes as a part of the message that you can see over here. Let me show you another use of this triple quotes. So if our string is splitted over multiple lines, then also we can use triple quotes like this. Let me create triple quotes and I want to print this message, Python is the best programming language of this planet Earth, and let me assign it to one variable, multiline is equal to this statement. Let me execute this cell. Now let me write print and this variable multi underscore line. Let me execute this cell. As you can see over here, to remove this above and below space, we can start like this and end like this. Let me execute this cell once again and let me execute this cell once again that you can see over here. So this way we can use triple quotes if our string is splitted over multiple lines that you can see over here. So now please remember, sometimes these backslash characters may create some problem. How? Let me show this. Suppose if I want to print like this, C temp and notes dot txt. I want to print this path. Let me execute this cell. As you can see over here, C then tab space, then new line. Because here this /t is treated as a system character, as a backslash character. So here it is showing tab space and the first character of this string notes treated as new line character. So that's why here it is showing this text in the new line that you can see over here. So there are two ways to handle this problem. Here we have to escape backslash. So again we can write another backslash like this to escape backslash. Let me execute this cell. As you can see over here, now we can able to print this path. Another solution is, let me remove this and let me remove this as well. In place of escaping the backslash, here we can use R for row string. Let me execute this cell. As you can see over here. So these are the different ways by that we can print this path that you can see over here. So now let me take another example. So if I write like this in the print statement, print hello plus Priyank. Let me execute this cell. As you can see here, please remember, if both arguments are string, here you can see hello is a string and Priyank is a string, then this plus operator acts as a concatenation operator. So now let me take another example. Print, here is a string plus integer. Let me execute this cell. As you can see here, type error, can only concatenate string, not integer to string. So please remember, if one argument is a string type and second is any other type like integer, then we will get error that you can see over here. So if you want to print Priyank 10, then we have to convert this 10 to string. Let me execute this cell that you can see over here. If you want space between this Priyank and 10, then here you can create one space like this, or we can concatenate string in between like this that you can see over here. Also we can use two numbers like this. So if both arguments are number type, then plus operator acts as arithmetic addition operator that you can see over here. Arithmetic multiplication, right? Because here both arguments are number type in our print function. So what will happen if I write print Priyank into 10? This is multiplication sign. So please remember, we can use this multiplication operator with string, also called as a repetition operator. So here you can see when I will execute this code, it will print this Priyank 10 times that you can see over here. So this multiplication operator repeats sequence multiple times that you can see over here. Please remember here order doesn't matter. Also we can write like this, print 10 into Priyank. Both are same. It will repeat this sequence multiple times that you can see over here. So now what will happen if I write like this, print Priyank into 10 plus 999. So please remember, in this case, it will repeat this string 10 times and append 999 to it. Let me execute this cell. As you can see here, it repeats this sequence multiple times and this 999 is appended at the end of it, that you can see over here. So what if I write like this? Print Priyank into 10 plus 4. So please remember, here also operator precedence apply. So multiplication has higher precedence than plus. So this statement gives an error. Let me execute this cell. As you can see here, type error. Because of this statement, it repeats this sequence, in our case this string 10 times, and at the end it tries to add this 4. So that's why here type error is generated. Can only concatenate string, not integer to string. So here we can use parenthesis. So first it will add this 10 to 4 and repeat this sequence 14 times. Let me execute this cell, as you can see here. So now let's take another example. So here I am creating one variable, greeting, hello, and let me take name from the user as an input. Enter your name and we can print like this. Print greeting, let me concate space in between, and then I want to print name which is entered by the user. Let me enter Priyank, that you can see over here. Hello Priyank. So this way also we can use this print function. Now suppose let me write a comma b comma c is equal to 11, 22 and 33. So here 11 is assigned to a, 22 is assigned to b and 33 is assigned to c. Let me execute this cell and let me write print a comma b comma c. Let me execute this cell. As you can see over here, output is 11, 22 and 33. As you can see here, there is a space in between. So please remember, in this print, we are using multiple arguments in the same print function, that you can see over here. So default separator between these arguments is space. Let me show you this. Let me click here and let me press Shift tab to check docstring of this print function. Here you can see, here we can pass different values, and here you can see separator, which is by default space, that you can see over here. String inserted between values, default a space. So here in our case, space is inserted between values, which is by default, that you can see over here. And as you can see here, these all are optional keyword arguments, that you can see over here. Optional keyword arguments like sep and plus, etc. So here by default a space. So if there is some word default, means we can change it. Let me show you this. So in place of space, here we can write any other character that we want to insert between values. Let me show you this. Let me copy this and let me paste it over here. Let me execute this cell. As you can see over here, by default space is inserted between values. So now I want to insert this multiplication symbol between values, that you can see over here. So now let me take dd, which is for day 23, month 5 and year 2022. Let me execute this cell. So suppose if I want to print dd mm and yy separated with forward slash, then we can write like this, that you can see over here. Now let me take another example, hour, which is 10. I am taking some random values, minute 12 and second 50 seconds. Now let me print this hour, minute and second separated with colon, that you can see over here. So this way we can insert different character between values using this sep argument of this print function, that you can see over here. So now let's take another example. Let me write print 1, 2, 3. Let me execute this cell. As you can see here, if we are using multiple print functions, by default all outputs will be printed in new line, that you can see over here. So why output printed in the new line? So now let's check docstring of this print function. Here you can see and is equal to slash n. That's why our output printed in the new line one by one, that you can see over here. Here you can see and string appended after last value, default a new line. That's why here it is showing outputs in the new line. As I said, when there is a word default, means we can change this. So in place of this slash n, we can pass any other value that we want to append after the last value. Let me show you this. So here I want to append ABC. Here I want to append XYZ. Here I want to append PQR. let me execute this cell. As you can see here, 1 ABC, 2 XYZ and 3 PQR. So this way we can use an argument that you can see over here. String appended after the last value. Default a new line. So now once again let me write 1, 2 and 3. So now I want this 1, 2 and 3 in the same line. So for that, as an AND we have to append nothing like this, and with nothing, and with nothing. Actually here is not required because this is the last print function in our sequence. So let me execute this cell. As you can see over here, 1, 2 and 3 in the same line. If I want to append space at the end of this, then here you can see I have created one character space at the end of this and this. Let me execute this cell. As you can see here. So this way we can use AND keyword argument inside this print function that you can see over here. Also here you can pass any other character. Let me use asterisk sign, this pipe sign, and here this hash sign. Let me execute this cell. As you can see over here. So now let me take another example. So as we have seen, numbers can't be concatenated with strings using plus, right? That fails. Suppose age 50, and if I want to print hello, your age is plus age plus years. Let me execute this cell. As you can see here, type error can only concatenate string, not integer to string, right? So here, as I said, we have to cast this age to string that you can see over here. Please remember, so sometimes it becomes very tedious if our print function contains many variables. So we have to cast every variables, right? So Python 3 provides much better mechanism which allows string could be formatted with replacement fields and dot format method. Let me show you this. So suppose let me write age is equal to 25. Let me execute this cell. Now we can write like this, print, let me use double quotes, age is here empty curly brace and years, and here we can use dot format method, and here we can pass variable name, this one age. Let me execute this cell. As you can see here, this empty curly braces replaced with value of this variable 25 that you can see over here. So now the question is, what if we are having multiple variables? Let me show you this. Name Anil, age 25, department software. Let me execute this cell. So now let me write print, name is replacement field, age is replacement field, department is replacement field, and here we have to use dot format, and here we can pass multiple variables separated with commas like this. So here name which is at index 0, age at index 1, department at index 2. So here by default is 0, 1 and 2. So it will print this message accordingly that you can see over here. Here also we can pass 0, 1 and 2 as well. Same output that you can see over here. Now suppose let me change it to 1 to 0 and let me keep as it is 2. Then what will happen? This age which is at index position 1 assign over here. Name is assigned here. Department assigned here. Let me execute this cell that you can see over here. So this way we can use replacement field with format method that you can see over here. So here in place of this 1, 0 and 2 indexes, also we can use keyword arguments with replacement field and format method. Let me show you this. Let me copy this and let me paste it over here. So in place of this indexes like 0, 1, 2, we can also use keyword arguments. So let me write print, name is suppose N, age is A, department is D, dot format, and here we can write N is equal to name, A is equal to age, and D is equal to department. Let me execute this cell as you can see over here. So in place of this 0, 1 and 2, we can use keyword arguments like this. If we are using these keyword arguments with replacement field and dot format method, then this order doesn't matter. Let me show you this. Let me copy this and let me paste it over here. Let me cut this and let me paste it over here. Let me execute this cell as you can see over here. So as I said, if we are using these keyword arguments with replacement field and dot format method, then here order doesn't matter. If we write like this N will be replaced with name, A will be replaced with age, and D will be replaced with department, DEPT, that you can see over here. So now let me take another example. So please remember, string replacement also contain formatting to display value with specific number of decimal space. So if you are new to this Python, don't you worry about this for loop. that we will discuss in the detail. Just see effect of formatting. So let me write for I in range 1 to 14. Let me print I. As you can see here, now it is printing 1 to 13, because in Python first one is inclusive and last one is exclusive. So that's why here it is printing 1 to 13. So now let me use replacement field with format method. So let me write print squared is this and cube is this dot format, and here also we can pass expression like I comma I square and I cube. Let me execute this cell. As you can see over here, 1 squared is 1 and 1 cube is 1. Likewise, so as you can see, if we consider this as a table, then it is not formatted properly. So here, as you know, by default value is 0, here is 1 and here is 2. So here this is at index 0, this is at index 1 and this is at index 2. So here we can create decimal space. So here 2 values. So here I am creating 2 decimal space. Here I am creating 3 spaces, because here last number contains 3 values 169, and here 4 because last number contains 4 values 2197. Let me execute this cell. As you can see here, 1 space and here is also 1. As you can see over here, space is created over here, that you can see over here, here as well and here as well. But here you can see by default these values are right aligned. We want left align. So here we can use less than sign. You can see here, now these values are left aligned. Now by default, as you know, right align. Here you can see, because of this greater than sign, these values are right aligned. Because of this left sign, these values are left aligned. Same for this left align. Now I want this middle to center align. So we can use this caret sign. Let me execute this cell. As you can see over here, this is center align, this is right align, and this is left align. So please remember, here less than means left align, greater than means right align, and caret sign for center align. So this way we can format our string using replacement field and dot format method that you can see over here. So now let's discuss replacement field and dot format method for floating point number, because floating point number contains precision value after decimal point, right? So we can specify number of precision value we want after decimal point. So for that, let me write x is equal to 13 like this number. Now let me write print and value is, as you know, by default this is at index 0, right? Dot format and x. So for this floating point number we can write 0.2 f. Let me execute this cell. As you can see here, means here at the beginning width is 0 and we want 2 numbers after decimal point, that you can see over here. Also you can write as per your requirement, that you can see over here. Also we can create width of 10, that you can see over here. So this number is now in window of 10. So here virtual window is created and this number is by default right align. Let me show you this. Let me fill these empty spaces with 0. So here we can write 0. Let me execute this cell. As you can see over here, virtual window of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10, that you can see over here. Let me write 30, that you can see over here. Virtual window of 30, and this number is inside this window by default right align, that you can see over here. Let me remove this and let me execute this cell once again, that you can see over here. Let me replace it to 0, that you can see over here. So this way we can use replacement field and dot format method with floating point number, that you can see over here. So now let's take another example of print function. I want to use print function like C with format specifier like %i and %d for sign integer, right? %f for sign floating point number and %s for string. Let me show you this, how we can use this format specifier in Python with print function. Let me create one variable, subject1 marks is equal to 80, subject2 marks 90 and subject3 marks 100. Let me execute this cell. Now let me write print subject1 marks is %d, because here I am using integer value. Subject2 marks is %d, subject3 mark is %d, and here we have to use percentage and these variables subject1 underscore marks, subject 2 underscore marks, and subject 3 underscore marks. Let me execute this cell. As you can see here, this way we can use format specifier with print function in Python like C, that you can see over here. Same way we can use this format specifier for floating point number as well. Let me show you this. Let me create one variable amount is equal to 10 point this. I'm writing randomly and total 56.4567. Let me execute this cell. Now let me write print and amount is percentage %f and total is percentage %f. Here percentage sign, here we have to pass our variables amount and total separated by commas. Let me execute this cell as you can see over here. But here I want two numbers after decimal point. So again here we can write 0.2. Again here we can write 0.2. Let me execute this cell as you can see over here. So this way we can use format specifier with print function with integer numbers with floating point numbers that you can see over here. Now let's discuss another way to format our output using print function. So Python 3.6 introduced another way to format value in the string called as f-string. F-string means formatted string. So mostly I am also using this f-string if I want to format my output. Let me show you this how to use f-string. So let me create name Anil, age 25 and department software. Let me execute this cell. So now let me show you how to use f-string. So here we have to start with f and double inverted commas and directly we can write my name is and this variable name and age is age and department is this variable in this curly braces that you can see over here. Let me execute this cell. So you can see this f-string looks exactly same like replacement field, but here we are not using format method that you can see over here. So let me show you how we can use this f-string with floating point number. So let me create one variable amount. I am assigning some random value to it and let me write print f inside for f-string and let me write value is amount. As you can see here, we want two numbers after decimal point. So here colon and we can write 0.2 f. This is width and precision. Let me execute this cell. As you can see over here. So this way we can use f-string to print floating point number that you can see over here. So here it is not necessary that we have to write only variable name over here. We can write expression as well. Let me show you this. Let me copy and paste it over here. Let me divide this amount by 2. Let me execute this cell as you can see over here. So here we can use expression as well in f-string. So not only we can use this print function with primitive data types like this. Also we can use this print function with data type like Python list, tuple and dictionary as well that we will discuss in the future. So this is Python list. Also we can print Python list using this print function. Also we can print tuple using print function that you can see over here. So these are the different ways you can format your output with print function that you can see over here. You can use any format as per your requirement that you can see over here. Hope you like this video. Please don't forget to subscribe this channel. If you like this video, smash that like button. Thank you very much for watching this video. Take care. Bye bye. See you in the next video.